Welcome back, beloved friends, to Trusting God. If you've walked with us through Psalms 1 to 19, then you've seen the raw honesty, the unwavering faith, and the intimate prayers that have shaped King David's life and can shape ours too. Now we come to Psalm 20, a powerful psalm of intercession, hope, and preparation for battle. This is not just about warfare in ancient Israel. It's about the battles we face today. Anxiety, doubt, decisions, health, relationships, and the unknown. Psalm 20 reminds us of a truth we often forget. Victory does not come from our strength, but from our Savior. If you're standing before a challenge right now, this psalm is a prayer for you. Verse 1, May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. David opens not with a declaration, but with a prayer, intercession. He's praying for someone preparing for battle. And this is personal, because whether we admit it or not, we all have our own day of trouble. We often face days when our strength isn't enough, when fear whispers louder than faith, when outcomes are unclear. David says in those days, May the Lord answer you. Not the world, not your own strength, not your status, but the Lord, the one who sees, knows, and cares. Reflection. Are you in a day of trouble? Then know this. Your cries are not ignored. Like this video if you believe God still answers in your darkest hour. Verse 2. May He send you help from the sanctuary. David reminds us that real help comes from God's presence, not from weapons, plans, or strategies. Help from the sanctuary means help from the sacred place, the place where God dwells. When life gets chaotic, you don't just need advice, you need an encounter. You need strength that the world can't offer. This verse is a quiet promise. God sends help straight from His heart to yours. Reflection. Have you asked God for help from His sanctuary today? Subscribe to Trusting God if you believe your help comes from above, not around. Verse 3. May He remember all your offerings and accept your burnt sacrifice. This isn't about religious rituals. It's about relationship. David is saying, Lord, remember their devotion. Remember their love. Honor the heart behind the sacrifice. When you've prayed in silence, when you've served with no applause, when you've chosen faith over fear, God sees it all. Nothing is wasted in His presence. Reflection. You may feel unseen, but you are not forgotten. Comment, God remembers me, if you trust that your faithfulness matters to Him. Verse 4. May He give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. This verse is often quoted, but often misunderstood. This is not a blank check for every dream. It's a prayer for God-shaped desires to be fulfilled. When your plans are aligned with His purpose and your heart is surrendered, then success isn't about winning or losing. It's about becoming who God made you to be. Reflection. Success in God's eyes may look different than success in the world's, but it's always better. Share this with someone who's making plans and needs divine direction. Verse 5. We will shout for joy over your victory. David shifts from prayer to praise, even before the battle begins. That's faith. He says, we will rejoice, not if God moves, but when He does. Can you praise before the answer comes? That's the heart of worship. To trust so deeply that joy comes before the outcome. Reflection. What would happen if you started praising God in advance? Like this video, if you're praising God for the victory, He's already preparing. Verse 6. Now I know that the Lord gives victory to His anointed. This is confidence, not in oneself, but in God. David is declaring a truth over others. God rescues, answers, and empowers His people. Even when things look uncertain, we can say with faith, now I know God is working behind the scenes. Reflection. Victory isn't always visible, but it is promised. Subscribe for more psalms that strengthen your trust in God's plan. Verse 7. Some trust in chariots, some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. This is the heartbeat of Psalm 20. David calls out what so many trust in: weapons, status, strength, money, power. But we trust in the name of the Lord. When the world wavers and systems fall, we don't panic, we trust. Because God never fails. Reflection: what are you trusting in right now? Your strategy or your Savior? Comment, I trust in the Lord. If He is your confidence today. Verses 8 to 9, they're brought to their knees and fall, but we rise and stand firm. David draws a line. Those who trust in man-made power will fall, but those who trust in God will rise. It's not just about winning battles. It's about rising with integrity, with faith, and with unshakable hope. So he ends with a final cry: Lord, give victory. Because David knows, in the end, we don't win with might. We win with mercy. Reflection: the battles you face are real, but so is the God who fights for you. Share this if you believe that when others fall, you will rise through faith. Psalm 20 is more than a prayer. It's a promise. A declaration that God answers, God helps, and God fights for His people. If you're facing a decision, a hardship, or a spiritual battle, take heart. Pray Psalm 20 over your life, over your family, over your future. Watch Psalms 1 to 19 on our channel to catch up. Don't miss Psalm 21, where we'll see how victory leads to worship. Like, comment, and subscribe to Trust in God, your home for devotional depth and spiritual strength.